Welcome back to Starsector. JC here, and I have saved you all the trouble, and I have passed 7 in-game days. We should now be able to continue on with what we were doing. It's sort of 7-8 days, give or take. So, we should be allowed down. Unless, of course, it's the same problem we had in an early series, trying to get missions from the Queen of the Auroran Federation, which is an exercise in frustration. Staying in course, take a shuttle to visit the shrine. Traffic control gives you its blessing, and your shuttle descends towards the unforgiving surface of Hesperus. You can just sort of jar some words together and it sounds kind of right. The planet is riven by glaciers, like a network of scars on the battered hide of some ancient beast. Your flight path takes you towards one great canyon filled with a chaos of ice and stone. Then a child branch over which falls of dark rock loom. This is supposed to be English. I swear, honest. It's just no English my brain can compute. What? Now and again you spot the crumbling remains of industry. And among them, the occasional lights of night chartered enterprises and monastic communities. Around one last turn of the canyon, the shrine complex appears. A bright spirit of habitats spire. Towers and masts raise from the misty remains of a titanic atmospheric processing plant. A trained eye spots the likely positions of heavy weapons emplacements. Two clean cliff faces at convenient angles. Suspiciously level floors of certain hanging valleys. Yeah, basically they've kind of made the area conform to a trained eye. You can spot that doesn't quite look right. That's where there's a heavy weapons platform. The landing bay antechamber is a Baroque Gothic militant display of post-industrial salvage. Dead suits of power armor stand at attention. I mean, that's an interesting way of doing it. Back in some things, you used to put actual suits of armor, but how about suits of power armor? How to liven up your Gothic architecture to a space Gothic architecture. Put some powered suits of armor rather than old suits of armor. Or take a leaf out of 40k and they got that a narrative right down to a T before promptly blasting your head clean open. Technicalities. Power armor stands at attention. Weapons proudly displayed, glowing between rivet encrusted arches are scenes of battle and martyrdom, done up in monastic panels formed from fractured gems. structural diamond and colourful lenses recovered from mining lasers or reactor inspection ports. The gallery is filled with parties of Luddic pilgrims dressed in traditional hand-weave, meeting with shrine attendants, asked to visit the shrine. Interesting images we've got here. At your request, the intending sub-curate leads you through a brief ceremonial hand-washing, because they suffer not the unclean. Then down a long gallery. The flow of the curate's robe doesn't quite touch the floor. A welded field of armor plates, weaved into intricate patterns by the varied atmospheres of a score of worlds on which the knights have fought and died. Niches along the walls are occupied by empty helmets. What you're basically walking through is the equivalent of a chapter monastery for the Space Marines in 40k. And I get the same vibes from there. Yeah. Interesting. Didn't realise this was, although owned by the church, is actually owned by the militant branch, the Knights. So you get all of this. Interesting. So we continue. The shrine is a grand tomb set in an enormous air shaft. The industrial viscera has been transformed into a baroque sculpture of thousands of edged weapons aligned like the features of a wing. Rays of gleaming serrated metal boldly thrust in killing arcs through the vast space. Yep. In the centre, surrounded by a galaxy of flickering candles, lie the lead-lined caskets of a squad of martyred knights. The manner of their deaths, the subcurate explains in reverent whispers, left their bodies unidentifiable and fused with radioactive material which would kill a direct observer even to this day. You are left in a prayer niche to contemplate the horror. Oh dear. All the knights. In the next niche over, a young knight initiate gives you a challenging look. His head is freshly shaved. He must be very new to the order. You're not a knight, he says quietly, making a show of looking over your uniform. Nor one of us, not really. Why are you here, Spacer? I came here to perhaps find that out. I am here only to see what is to be seen. Perhaps I came to find that out. Your introspection seems to have thrown the initiate off. You can see the thought work across his face. Are you making fun of me? But that is quickly dismissed, and you are filed under not a threat. He nods briefly and returns his gaze to the lead coffins. I'm supposed to contemplate their sacrifice. Horrible way to die, that. He glances at your garb. Spacer, right? Ever seen that happen to anyone? So apparently my character has seen radioactive and stuff I was like, ever seen that happen to anyone? Let's not lie. It's like, yep. Yes. He stares at you for a moment and slowly returns his gaze to the radioactive martyrs. It's like, have you ever seen that happen to someone? Yes. Oh, you've seen shit. Okay, friend. I'm gonna contemplate this. Yes. Once you see certain things, you can't unsee it. So be glad you haven't seen it. Subdued chanting, warped by the strange geometry of this cultic industrial space, blends with the air cylinders. The candles burn clean and bright, gleaming off the multitude of bladed facets adorning every surface of the shrine's interior. A monument to sacral bloodshed. Nice. I have visited the shrine. Leave the shrine. My God. Yeah. The same. Blah blah blah. Route back uneventful. Thank you. Leave. Pause. What's my new end? The shrine. That shrine that we saw. Yes. Thank you. Very nice. Not interested. So, how many are left to do? We have 2 left. Oh, we'll do that one next. Quick jolly jaunt over here, then up to here, which is somewhere. There. It's an empty planet, not owned by anyone. That could be an interesting one to visit. Hi. This is a 2-part special on polishing off this particular. Good God! You don't mess around with that kind of firepower. They got some oomph behind them. Well, Cinder and Dictat have just declared war on the hegemony. Isn't that nice? I tend to avoid doing that. They've got a lot more firepower. Let's be honest, most of the factions have more firepower than I have, because I actually have to pay for my ships. They can just magic them out of their arses. Right, well. Right. Jingala. We will visit the shrine. Right. The verdant continents of Jingala sprawl beneath you, crowned by huge weather systems churning lethargic and magisterially. There. Apparently, to pronounce all of this stuff properly, I have to unhinge my jaw. Searing lines of orbital burn lasers flick out from Jingala's station, invisible until they cut slashes of plasma through the thick atmosphere. Burnt glow compensates with rampaging electrical storms to illuminate the mountainous cloud formations from below. What? Got a thick atmosphere then, apparently. The hum of your shuttle changes pitch as it hits the edge of true atmosphere, passing quickly into cloud cover. Beyond the view panes, human eyes visibility is reduced to near zero. As the shuttle fires retros for landing, dipping well below the speed of sound by the demand of both nav regs and good manners, your viewport begins to collect marching droplets of moisture. The droplets have an odd ochre coloration, and the clouds above are sickly green tinge. You've heard of this effect. Fine-grained spore analogues in the atmosphere. Look up the long term. A quick database search reveals that, statistically, human activity within the biosphere is relatively safe so long as proper air filtration and decontamination procedures are followed. Detox meds for accidental exposures are readily available, though many have unpleasant side effects. There are reports of individuals whose poor luck and lack of contingency planning combined with vehicle malfunction during terribly abysmal weather have resulted in cases of long-term exposure to the biosphere for days, weeks, and in one case more than a standard month. The resulting growths and infections appear to result from a singularly torturous manner of death. That's enough. Shut it off. We know enough. As long as you take procedures, it's fine. Your shuttle descends to the landing pad. And Jingala foliage encroaches through its own ashes to reclaim the space. Yes. And they just laser it or burn it back, and then it comes back. It's a mild form of Catachan. Lovely. Death world, basically. You pop a standard dose of anti-xenos and re-examine the quality of your breathing mask as the access tunnel takes a moment to perform a self-cleaning cycle on exposed surfaces. The air feels no different yet. Maybe a little warmer, a little heavier with moisture. Enter the shrine complex. So there you go. Read about it and took precautions. Perfectly fine. The reception lounge is filled with parties of Luddic pilgrims in traditional hand weave, led by subcultures in ritual hand washing. Of course it's the same stuff every single time. That's why I'm trying to get through it all. A glance upward reveals the true cleansing. A battery of air purification units caught. A tangle of murmuring ducts. So it's being scrubbed before it comes in, so people don't have to worry. Foliage presses itself almost essentially against the outer viewports, letting in only dim light. I missed a word. The plant life seems to twitch. Liquids oozing over the plants from cracks, bladders and tubes, leaving cutting across fake incrustations. I don't care. Between the zeal of the foliage and the handcrafted charm of Luddic engineering, that's putting it nicely. The place feels distinctly worrisome compared to the environmental containment you are accustomed to. while the shrine's attendant scurries to meet you. Complex is kept overpressurized, they say, following your gaze. So if there were a breach, there would be plenty of time to find and seal the leak. Good plan, actually. Keep your thing overpressured, so if there is a leak, it forces out. You can then seal the leak. Nothing gets in because too much is being forced out. At least they're being smart. The attendant creates what must be intended to be a reassuring smile. How might we assist you? Well, seems like a difficult place to maintain a shrine. Bringing oneself before the sacred is not a matter of convenience, the attendant says serenely. That we must travel so to worship here confers upon the act an extraordinary self-reflection, I believe. I hear some pilgrims go outside unprotected. Yes, that is true. The attendant calls a little, questioning your motives. We try to discourage sightseers. It disturbs the worship, you see. Ah, yes. Oh, don't worry. I have no intentions of going out there. Yes, of course. I can show you to the worship station where we ask that all pilgrims or no partake in a simple cleansing before visiting the interior. Starts to shuffle you. Yep. Along into a group of devotees. Oh, I meant outside the real shrine. Let's not do that. Continue. You are led past heavy curtains. The murmur of pilgrims is muted and all artificial light shut out. Your eyes adjust to the shrine chamber, taking in rows of silhouetted pilgrims kneeling before polished panels of diamond matrix illuminated by the sickly yellow-green cloud cover from outside. Beyond the windows, you see overgrown human figures. A statue garden. The forms blister with growths, crawling with tendrils, sprouting the fruiting bodies of alien life. One moves, not the wind, but another pilgrim, exposed and outdoors. There are people out there, you realise, with a start, wearing only light robes, easily overtaken by the overgrowth. At their feet, more forms come into focus. Covered by a quilt of mosses and mycelium, or whatever alien equivalent, which obscures the feet of the statues, bones, or are they fallen branches and overgrown rocks? The final wish for some terminally devoted fanatics, or your imagination set loose. The green churns, not quite imperceptibly, in the course of the minutes you watch, all consuming, ferociously regenerative, a cycle of life that could be born from Earth or an alien world. Turn to the reception hall. We visited the shrine. We're done. We're done here. We can move on to the final one. You'll make your way towards the landing pods past pilgrims queuing for their charity cafeteria, regrouping before and after visiting the shrine, and otherwise stowing their humble possessions. The flight in your return shuttle is uneventful, keenly aware of a thin veil of tech. Isn't that nice? Okay. We leave, new codex thing, and there's the image that we saw. Isn't that nice? Right. Oh, what do you want? Why do you people keep trying to change the vessels? Oh, increase peak performance time? Yes. Yes, please have dauntless crew. You can survive in combat for longer, which means you can do a lot more damage. Good, good. That I approve of. Now then, we have one shrine left. We're almost all out of time, but never mind. It's a double episode of doing the Pilgrim's Path. Oh, speed up, please. Thank you. I do have to keep an eye on my supplies and stuff. I have to grab some on my way back. Jump into there. It's hegemony space, so nothing particularly horrible is going to happen to me. Ooh. Slow down. Discovered a gate. That's nice. Okay. Your fleet approaches Kilia. Vague RF readings from otherwise unremarkable terrain hint at camouflaged habitation beneath the regolith. There are definitely survivors hiding inside Kilia, though no organised policy maintains open relations with the greater sector, and if the slagged hulls from tramp freighters are any indication, the locals aren't very welcoming. Take a shuttle to the Ludwig Church beacon. Your shuttle descends towards the surface of Kilia, following the landing beacon to an ancient lava sea peppered with craters. Tactical systems log the brief ping of targeting radar, but the signature suggests a handheld system too crude to pose a threat to your countermeasures. The landing site is far from any obvious ruins or landmarks. There's just a smear of crumbling temporary habs and cold, broken transports. Your shuttle comes to a rest on the landing pad, easing softly into the microgravity. The wreckage and debris is not so chaotic as it seems from orbit. A swarm of dusty footprints lead towards an airlock buried in an escarpment some distance away. It appears that others have been using this site in the cycle since the war's devastation. Follow. You follow the path laid by others to the airlock. The manual controls allow you to put it open to reveal a yawning black hole. You step inside. There's no interior atmosphere, at least none to speak of. Ghostly veils of dust fix and twitch in the electrostatic fields of the shrine, strong enough to overcome the low gravity of this world to hang in the near vacuum. Instructions are given by some unnamed Luddic priest who recites his words into crude repeaters awoken by your activity. Come only in peace. Let rest the dead. Yeah, let rest. Let rest the don't disturb the dead. We pray now in the words revealed to Lud. Have a look around. Oh, nice place. Oh, wow. All you need is a skull throne and you'd be right at home. The ossuary is built from buried hulls, roughly welded into a chaotic but not artless architecture. No surface is quite level, and the ordinary faded, crumbling icons and lettering belie forgotten functions. Crew quarters, attachment point, purge before cycling. Yeah. In the gloom, you begin to make out empty sockets, rib cages, countless femurs and spines. They cluster in recesses, corners, and stowage spaces with hatches removed. You realise that the dust in the air comes from the bodies, the bones, slowly crumbling around you. The unknown priest's words fill the radio channels, made warbly and tiny by the low power of the repeaters. Fell from orbit like burning leaves, caught by wind, or unwailing. Yep. Life breath stolen from mother and child. And so on. A dead suit's indicators blink from grey, black to green. It steps towards you. You instinctively pull back, hand on your sidearm. The figure pauses, adjusts something on his battered suit, and the helmet switches on its self-illumination. Its hands sign a channel ID, which you flick to. We have few visitors, says the same voice as the broadcast prayers, rough with age and disuse. So this is what passes for the local curate. I walk the pilgrim's path. The curate makes a sound in his throat, acknowledgement. You catch a glimpse of sad, dark eyes. Then you walk with me. Come. A dark path. Company is welcome. He turns and walks without hesitation into the folds of ruin. Follow. Moving deeper, beneath rooms and halls, you witness galleries of the dead, bones and skulls. Carefully and artfully piled, you catch a glimpse, now and then, of pilgrims in ones and twos by their active vac suit indicators. The curate leaves them to their contemplations. They are forgotten, he says, all forgotten, turned to dust by war, but I will remember that they once were. It is all I have to give. The curator's suit helmet bobs at you, and you remember too, now, and then they shall live eternally. You understand? Yes, they will never be forgotten. Yes, the curator said. Well, if you've seen that, you're not going to forget that. Good grief. Yes, the curate says, and brings a hand down to squeeze your shoulder. Yes, he says again, and you can hear the smile in his voice. Then, without a word, he disappears into some shadowy corridor. You are left among the dead. The webs of ash hang in the air, twitch and flow as movement elsewhere in the labyrinth triggers minor fluctuations in the standing electrostatic charge. Stay a while. You stay a while and observe in the ossuary of Kilia. A hollow eyes keep silent vigil. Stacks and wings and arches and forests of human bone adorn every surface. The dust flux pulses slowly, like the breath of a titanic creature. Return to your shuttle. You leave the dead in their tombs, with the battered crust of the lifeless moon below. The flight in your return shuttle is uneventful. Visited that one? Hey, I've advanced to another level. Pilgrim's Path, complete. And now I have to go back. Yeah. And that is it. We have done the Pilgrim's Path. But we are yet to finish. We must head back to here. But we are all out of time, so we will finish that off where we started. On Gilead. So, on that note, thank you for watching. Till next time, this is JC. Out.